You know what, folks? Oh, hi, welcome to Tough Crowd. I went to Seinfeld's birthday party last night. All the big names were there. Like I said, Tony Bennett sang, Regis and My Obsession, the lovely wife Joy, Chris Rock, Shandling, Molly Shannon. A lot of people I've known for many years. But also a funny comedian named Tom Papa, who's a friend of mine, was there. And I could tell he didn't know that many people, and he was like trying to hang out with me a lot. And he probably feels today that I blew him off a little bit or whatever. So I just want to say, Tom, welcome to the big leagues. If your new sitcom, he's got a new sitcom, Come to Papa, is a hit, you'll see everybody, including myself, focusing on you a little more respectfully, subtly, so it doesn't look like we're kissing your ass, but you know. However, your current status at this time is just another creep who's lucky to be in the same room with the Total Package and his famous friends. Now listen, in other news, folks, in the country that hates everything American and censors everything, which is Iran, they are actually showing the Passion of Christ. We all knew everybody hated the Jews, but this is getting frightening. The whole world's showing this one, and profitable. I am going to remake The Merchant of Venice. Yes, Rich Voss can be Shylock. You know, I can see it now. Hath not a Jew eyes? If you prick me, do I not bleed? I owe money to the Duke of Venice, and I'm ducking him. He calls me, is Shylock home? Well, that was almost a spill you had. Hey, you had quite a lawsuit on your hands, miss. A Queens, New York kid who was bullied for 3 years by his classmates just got awarded $195,000 in damages because the school did nothing to stop the abuse. I know you're all sitting there going, where's my Casarich? 12-year-old black belt Patrick McKay has a solution to help kids become bully-proof with his new instructional video. This is a real video. Look at this.
I'm Patrick McKay. The purpose of this video is to help children like you to become bully-proof.
I say, give me your lunch money!
Let's break it down. Step 1. Grab your bully's hands. Step 2. Take a step back with your right leg and peel your bully's hands off. Step 3. Simply push your bully away.
Let me go! Stop!
Study the simple techniques that I show you, and you are on your way to becoming bully-proof. Good luck, and stand strong.
Yeah!
You know what's sad? It's making geeky little videos like this that get the kids' ass kicked in the first place.
Yeah.
See, it's a helpful tape if you're being attacked by a fat, retarded kid.
It's like something they'd find in Pete Townsend's laptop.
See, this is how pathetic I was. I would have been bullied by that guy.
By the kids who were being bullied.
By the
Well, it is kind of a little unrealistic. It's such a, even in these times, it's so politically correct that they can't even have you hit the bully back in the video. He's just like, get off. Try that with 12 Crips in your homeroom class in 6th grade. Back.
Crips? Wait till there's Crips, Colin? There were Crips in your class?
No. Are you kidding me? In my day, it was like the Wanderers, but I'm saying nowadays there's Crips. There's Crips. Hey, my nephew got his little hair. He's a little punk, whatever they want to call it. In fact, I shouldn't say that. Probably, I'm not punk. But he has a little blue hair, and the kid comes up and, yo, you crippin'? Because he had blue in his hair.
And a wheelchair.
If I'm the bully...
David, please.
David, oh my God.
My story was a good one. It was kind of... Lynn was starting to realize how wrong she was to question me about Crips in a homeroom.
I'm sorry,
because my nephew had an actual empirical evidence, and he had to... Go ahead.
Well, if I'm the bully, I'm going to buy that tape and learn what these little pussies are going to try to do to me.
I think it's great. You know, I think it's great that this kid is doing this because you got to stop the bullies before they grow up to all work for Fox News.
Oh, no. Yes.
Yeah.
As opposed to CNN and those other non-biased news stations. And the New York Times and their great article.
It's so typical of the Americans to fight back. Why do we have to fight? Bullying is wrong. It's immoral. You're picking on little people. I tell my children there's nothing wrong with walking away from a fight, coming home, getting a rifle, and going back to school.
Did you get a lot of nice beatings growing up, Jim? I can imagine you're from some hillbilly town.
Yeah.
You were gay, right?
Yeah.
But what happened? A couple of the local boys come up, hey, Jim.
No, I mean,
want a second?
one time I got...
You want a second? You want a what?
I'm doing the character. Hey, Jim.
Hey,
You want a
Jim.
second?
No, it was one of those, you sure got a pretty mouth.
Right.
You know, it's like that kind of stuff. You know. But you know what? I'm totally, somebody's got to stop. I'm all for, you know, taking them down.
With
Because
guns.
I believe in capital punishment, and since I was a former teacher, I believe in starting it at the 8th grade level.
I didn't even know you were a teacher.
Yeah.
David, what do you think? Would you seriously, you don't tell your kids it's amoral to, you don't tell them to
do.
go to the bullies and go, tell the bullies it's amoral. They probably won't care.
I honestly tell my children to walk away from a fight. Bullying
They're
does
gonna get
not.
punched in the back of
Do
the
they
head,
get beat
Dave.
up?
Bullying does not belong in the school. It's at home. That's where it should take place, not in the school.
With your wife?
Now, Nick, you seem like a guy that wouldn't be adverse, not to profile you, but you don't seem like a guy, I could just see you walking down the hall in your stupid high school football thing, bumping into some nerd, and he's got his books, and I can tell me you didn't do that.
Stupid high school football? What were you wearing? A field hockey skirt when you walked down the hallway?
He just did that to me upstairs. What do you mean in high school?
But did you seem like a guy that wouldn't mind shoving a few kids around?
I picked on one kid for like 7 months, and I'm being honest, and they're holding it against me. Jesus
They're not,
Christ.
they're listening.
And the kid turned around and popped me in the eye, and I quit doing it. So he learned the lesson.
That's right.
So, I'm the
He's
teacher.
got a point.
Teacher.
Sometimes that's the answer, though. Nobody's going to stop until you crack them.
Well, but suppose he can't hit you back.
Why can't he hit you back?
Why can't?
And that's not the
Hit him with a
American.
combination
Why
lock.
can't
Dave, you keep saying it.
What is it, a one-arm
Suppose
kick?
he can't hit you
Yeah,
back.
hit him
do you
with a
mean
combination lock. That's what they were putting school
That-
for.
you know, you guys talk this game now, but it's like that's not the American way. You never punch back the guy who hit you. That's why we went after Saddam instead of Osama. That's, you know, you hit the guy who hit you.
That's true. And it's because of your people. Nobody punches back. They go to court.
Leave the Chinese alone.
I like that Colin says hit him with a combination lock.
Wouldn't that be the answer? Why do you think you have those locks in school? Because somebody's bigger than you.
You know,
hey, when I was in school, I was a little scrawny bastard. I mean, I don't think I reached puberty until I was about 22 or something. These kids have muscles out to here naturally, you know. You got to fight with them.
Well, you know what? When I was threatened, I was always a smart mouth, and I was always like filled with witty repartee. So whenever they would threaten me, I would say, "I have your critique in
why
front."
you got beat up.
No, yeah, that's why I got beat up. Because I would say, "I have your critique in front of me, and soon it will be behind me." You know, like that.
Suck it, boy. Suck it, boy.
When you suck it, boy. Suck it, boy.
We'll be right back.
That's funny.
Barbara Walters is doing a story on open adoption. Featuring a 16-year-old mother who must choose which of several families she'll give her baby to. Here's the promo.
Friday, a unique television event. 5 couples desperate to adopt, all competing for her baby. 4 will lose. 1 will get the baby of their dreams.
Who will get this baby?
An Extraordinary 2020, Friday at 10/9 Central on ABC.
Now, she had
Unbelievable.
to apologize on Good Morning America yesterday for that promo,
But that's like a Saturday Night Live sketch. That's like totally unbelievable. And that's the real thing, right?
I'm mad because I wanted to do a show like this, a reality show called
did?
Daddy Warbucks, where you have like 100 kids from all over the world compete for a rich father. And you let them like do different, like at the rose ceremony, like they do things like take out the garbage, and then if they eat the trash,
Yeah.
then you know maybe you get sent back to your country.
It's like
does
the little...
baby want to talk about childhood right now? 'Cause not to psychoanalyze, Daddy Warbucks, Little Orphan Annie.
No, but the
Anyway,
thing is this, and at the end you find out the twist is he's not really rich. Hey, right.
Very good.
It might not be nice, but it would make for good TV.
So what do you guys think? Is this outrageous? Has Barbara Walters gone mad?
Well, I had a game show that I try to pitch. We
Really?
had 6 dumpsters, and one of them had the abandoned baby in it. And
One couple or?
it was too political.
If you're gonna do, I love him. If you're gonna do a show with a teenage girl giving something away, how about a virginity? I mean, put the camera in the back of a limo window on prom night. Let's get to the root of the problem. No?
You know what, though? This doesn't surprise me at all because it's like everything's reality show now, and it's like trailer trash. Come on down. It's the same. I mean,
It's not the same. It's a baby, for Christ's sake.
Yeah, but it doesn't surprise me. It makes total sense.
Barbara Walters is a soulless whore. I mean, you got to pay for.
Well, it's funny. But it's funny you say that because
There is that.
when I was on The View, everybody was nice to me, and Bob was giving me the stink eye the whole time. And I know you think I'm paranoid because of what I told you before the show about the party last night. But she's looking at me like this the whole time, like
She is.
wanted something.
She's like Maury Povich, Ricky Lake. She's soulless. She has to pay for that 53rd tit job. So she's going to exploit children.
You should watch that. That could be found offensive. I could get sued on my own show for like that. All right, ready?
In a way, it's good, though.
What's the matter?
In a way, it's good, though.
Yeah, because it shows
Because so many parents are creepy that it's kind of good that they're going to compete.
to find, but a lot of times it creeps win.
And we can get a good parent.
They'll be screened. That's true. They're going to be on national TV, so they can't be like molesters and shady.
Yeah, but then
that's
that weird guy married the woman on the first wedding show. What's his name?
We're men. We didn't watch the whole
Yeah, we didn't
series of
watch
the men's
that.
wedding show.
I do comedy at night.
Wait, Jim knows what you're saying. Go ahead. Jim.
I don't know what.
You don't watch those kinds of shows?
No.
What kind of gay man are you?
Huh? You know.
He's out buying leather pants.
All right, what about this? Japanese researchers have created the first fatherless mice by combining the chromosomes of 2 female eggs. The female mice actually refuse to mate with the lab's male mouse. And we have a picture, actually, of the male mouse. You're going to be shocked by this one. You rat fink.
No, but it did say that some of the one of the mice, even though they were producing only female mice, that one of the mice was father-like, which means it was so it was like a little mullet.
Did they say that, really?
It had a mullet. Yeah.
Now you got a mouse with no father figure, so he's going to start doing lab drugs and smoking and joining
That's not
rat
true.
gangs.
Yep.
But this
can
is
do
all
just
female.
without a
It's all
father.
female mice.
How the hell should I know, Jim? That's a hard question. Yes.
Why are you twitching?
What?
It's all female.
And you look like you're having a...
It's all female mice. Let's say it is.
Yeah.
Oh, never mind then.
Why?
Huh?
You
Because
mean-
the joke is gone.
No, it's not female mice. There's male mice too.
But they're Japanese mice.
Yes.
They have tiny penises. Maybe they're not really.
Are they Japanese?
Oh,
Jim, go ahead.
How do you know that then?
No, so you're cloning a whole bunch of mice that are like scared of themselves?
Yes.
See, that's why it went. If it had come out at the right time, it might have been funny, but it's gone now.
No, keep pushing it, Jim.
Why are they scared? Why are they scared of themselves?
That joke got caught in a glue trap like a mouse. I actually acted like a mouse in a I'm a creep. I'm like a map in a glue trap. Well, it's better than when I was molesting you, so what do you care? We'll be right back.
I liked it.
All right. A few weeks ago, we did kind of an Australian webcam. We talked to some guy in an all-male house in Australia. It was a little anticlimactic, but that's how it goes sometimes. But now we're speaking, no chances. One of the adult film industry's newest stars, live from Los Angeles, Sunrise Adams. Hello, Sunrise. Colin Quinn. You know the legend, don't you?
I
You're familiar with my work?
do. I'm very familiar with your work, on and off camera.
Really? The word is out, huh? Now, let me ask you this. I'm going to start with a couple of the questions that everybody wants to know about porn, the average person. The money shot, right? The big money shot, it's the most famous part of porn. Now, is it like, is there a protocol? Like, do the people have to tell you, hey, look, because I just had LASIK surgery 2 months ago. I really did. So if I was doing a money shot, I don't know if I'll be that, but if somebody tried to get it in my eye, I'd be like, hey, man, I just had LASIK surgery, right? Do you have to deal with stuff like that? Like, watch out, don't.
I only take it in the mouth. I'm a big swallower, so I never have.
You made a lot of fans with that one. Now listen, you live in Los Angeles, right? Do a lot of celebrities hit on you?
No, actually, I'm really not out in the club or Hollywood scene. I stick to just my house and my dogs and work.
Okay. Now what happens? What do you do when you have your period? Do you have to call it off that day?
I don't have a period. I'm on the depot shot, so I'm free and clear for the last.
You don't have a period? What?
No.
Okay. What happens when you get like bored? Like if it's a long day of shooting. I mean, I even get bored sometimes sitting around my show. So if you're bored like sexually and you have to do the shot a million times, you have to do the scene. What do you do when you get bored? Do you start thinking about like the dogs, the house, anything? Like, how do you get through that?
It's a two-way street. When you're doing a scene, it's about two people, and if you're not into the scene fully, then your partner's not going to be either, and it's going to really make the scene difficult for both of you. So you just really have to stay focused, and even if you're having a bad day and you just want to leave, you really just have to just keep it together.
Right.
And
all right. Now what about, but is it hard to fantasize? Because if you're living like in the adult world, like what do you fantasize about for sex? Because believe it or not, even I have to fantasize sometimes sexually. And I know you're looking at me and saying, obviously this man's an incredible stud, but you know, you're from Texas, right? I'm like a man's man from Texas, but go ahead, tell me.
I'm from Texas.
I know, that's why I said it. I was trying to be like I'm not from Texas, I'm from New York, but I was trying to like get in good with you. All right, let's say I came to, let me ask you this. Let's say a guy like me, we met, you were totally attracted to me because of my personality. I admit, you know, looks department, I faded. I'm faded glory, babe. Let's quit kidding ourselves. But, you know, I still got a certain kind of a charm, offbeat. I don't know. All right. But listen, let's say we hooked up. Now, you're used to doing dealing with all these guys with these monster c***s. So, doesn't it kind of like, you know, if you saw my penis, you might be like, you know. What's that?
I've only worked with a few larger guys. I don't like larger guys. I'm shaped differently, so it's very difficult for me to work with those kind of guys. I definitely prefer medium to small. In my personal life, I prefer smaller.
Fellas, how much we love you. Thank you very much. Good luck. Take care. Thank you. All right. By the way, on the break, I asked Sunrise what's a small one to her. She said about 11, 12 inches. Folks, scientists are now cloning mice without using males or sperm, creating all-female offspring. Is this the beginning of the end for human males? Envision for us a world without men. Lynn.
Well, I already live in a world without men. I mean, real men, okay? I mean, all the men in this country are either homosexual or metrosexual. No offense, but Colin's got enough product in his hair to cover all the Queer Eye cast and Jim David. And Nick, though we love him, and he's practically Neanderthal, Nick smells good tonight. I mean, what is that? What happened to the good old days, like 1952, when a man could make you flinch if dinner wasn't on the table at 6 on the dot, you know? When sex was an obligation, and oral sex, well, I mean, that got you a husband, not mouth herpes. I'm kidding, people. Get real. It would be great. It would be wonderful. Everything would be clean, and it would be organized. There would be rivers made of chocolate, and orgasms would happen around the clock.
David!
We already have a world without men. It's called a Clay Aiken concert. I know one thing, there would be no violence if it was just females, because no woman leader ever started a war except Margaret Thatcher, Golda Meir, Queen Victoria, and Omarosa from The Apprentice. All right, this one is going to be rough. All I know is that my darling bride would never replace me. See, right before coming here, I left her breakfast, lunch, and dinner in bed. I can't help it. I'm hopelessly incontinent. You get that? See, we weren't sure.
All right, Jim David. Jim David, everybody.
A world with only women would collapse into chaos pretty quickly. Excessive use of vibrators would cause nightly brownouts. No one would be around to kill the bugs in the bathroom, attach the VCR, or parallel park. Everyone would starve to death because no one could decide where to go to dinner. The military would be totally different. Weapons of mass destruction would be vicious gossip. Braziers would be used as bayonets, and every cruise missile would be a strap-on. True, there would be no male-to-female sexual harassment, but without gay men around to do their hair and makeup, no one would want to harass them anyway.
All right. Nick!
Without men, the world would be just one big supermarket parking lot with women in their cars smashing into each other as they talk on their cell phones about the perfect size and shape cucumber they just bought and how clean the bathrooms are now. But then all that chatter would turn to tears when they realize without a man's attention, they really have nothing to live for anymore.
That's the show! Good night!
I've got a couple questions for you there.
Okay.
Is it my imagination, or is Nick DiPaolo getting darker? He looked darker.
He does. He went away for vacation.
Oh, we thought maybe it was some cruel joke God was playing.
Like when Godfrey Cambridge in 1965, a Watermelon Man.
Right. Steve, do you have a little crush on tonight's guest, Lynne?
Well, she's hot, you know.
There's nothing going on between you two?
No.
Hmm.